for today and really done with it for the short-term forecast. But I want you to notice these temperatures. We're talking 40s right now, 47 here in Atlanta, 43 in Carrollton, upper 50s in Eatonton. That's where the cold air is beginning to reach our eastern fringes, and temperatures aren't going to get much better as we go throughout the afternoon. We also have very gusty winds. If you've been outside at all today, you've noticed that winds driving in out of the north up to 40 miles an hour here in the city. That's helping to really usher in that cold air. We'll talk about how long this cool down is going to last before the warmth returns coming up in just a few minutes. The pollen, I want to talk about this because the pollen count coming in this morning, we have our first extreme day of the year. This is the highest pollen count we have had since April 6th of 2025. And yes, I do expect more extreme days later in the month, but I am actually looking ahead to some relief. I'll show you that here in just a few days. 45 right now in Carrollton, 43 in Canton. We're at 40 in Blairsville, 55 in Athens. Temperatures are running about 30 degrees colder than this time yesterday. And then on top of that, we have these brutal winds driving out of the north, gusting up to about 40 miles an hour already here in the city. And it's going to remain that way through the afternoon into the early evening hours, which is why we have a wind advisory out for all of North Georgia here. And that's for potential for more tree limbs to come down with these breezy conditions. So throughout the rest of your afternoon, yes, we have the sunshine. It is chilly sunshine for us. Winds die down later on tonight. Clear skies going to allow our temperatures to cool off, and tomorrow morning will be the coldest morning so far this month, and then finally rebounding as we go into tomorrow afternoon. This afternoon, temperatures don't make it out of the 50s, and I think this is actually being quite generous for us here in Atlanta with a high of 55. I think a lot of locations will be in the low 50s this afternoon, and then by tomorrow morning, we're talking 30s and 40s to begin the day before warming back up to the upper 60s by tomorrow afternoon. I think here in the city will be slightly above average. But with temperatures dropping to the 30s and 40s, we have the concern of some frost developing. We are in our growing season, so we do have a frost advisory out until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So take those precautions for those plants if you can for tomorrow. So this is a brief cool down because as we go into the weekend, warmth will return, and it's actually going to be a pretty nice weekend for us. Enjoy the warmth this weekend because beyond this, temperatures take a huge tumble, and we're going to be in a major pattern shift for a more longer extended period of time. We're talking temperatures going to be much, much colder heading into next week. So next few days, actually temperatures are going to be above average, but next week, below average temperatures. So yes, we are not done with winter quite yet. Your 5-day forecast that weekend always a shock to the system, but we've seen a lot of rainfall, especially throughout the month of March. It's been a pretty soggy month for us. I want to kind of step backwards. January, we saw just over 3 inches of rain. Didn't see a ton of precipitation coming down in February, about 2.5 inches total. Already this month, and we're not even halfway through, we're coming in at over 3 inches of rain, more than we received in both January and February. So that's some good news with the rain. We definitely need the rain because those drought conditions continue to persist. But what we don't like is going from the 80s to the 40s. And that's what we are currently seeing out there this afternoon. There's a live look over the top of Stone Mountain, a very brisk afternoon for us. Temperatures are in the 40s across the metro. We're at 47 here in the city, 45 in Marietta, 46 in Alpharetta. On the east side of town, Stone Mountain is actually one of our warmer spots, coming in at 49, 50 currently in Lawrenceville. So a very cold afternoon on tap after yesterday. We had a high of 82. This afternoon, mid to low 50s. And we are going to be looking ahead to some warmer days. I'll let you know when those warmer days will return coming up in just a few minutes. And a cold afternoon for us, winds gusting up to about 40 miles an hour here in the city. We'll talk about when the winds die down and the warmth returns coming up. Yesterday, we had the rain and the storms out there this morning, and now the chill. That's what's moving in. A very breezy afternoon for us. We're talking the potential for gusts to be as high as 30 to even 40 miles an hour through the afternoon. Temperature right now currently here in the city at 50. We're still in the 40s though from Canton into Calhoun. Rome this afternoon coming in at 47. Same in Griffin. Edenton, one of our warmer spots at 59. Those winds still driving in out of the north. We've seen gusts as high as 40 miles an hour here in the city, and it's still gusting up to about 30 miles an hour. Adds in a little bit of a bite to that air, and that will be the case through the afternoon. So afternoon high temperatures today only making it into the 50s, a little bit warmer down to the south of us. Valdosta will be in the 70s. Not us, not for today. Your 5-day forecast, the weekend always